Today I am remaking a top for my closet, but with more details. I've always admired people who can sew their own clothes, and it inspired me to pick up sewing again. So here I am trying to document my journey for you and myself. I checked my closet, found a top that I liked, and decided to remake it, but with a few more details. It's basically a very simple boxy top, but I wanted to experiment with pleats and adding more strings on the sides. So if you're curious on how I made these, then keep on watching. Before any project, I must deconstruct the piece to understand what I'm making. For this top, I usually draw the shapes on a small piece of paper, but this time I tried to make a pattern. If you don't have a pattern paper like me, you can also stick some sheets together like here. So for this top, it's basically two rectangles stitched together with some strings attached on the side. On the left, I drew a mock-up to visualize the top, and on the right, there's a time-lapse of me making the pattern. I ended up with the measurements from the first top that I made, so you can ignore everything I'm drawing on the right on paper, but basically these are all the measurements that you will be needing. I don't want this tutorial to be too technical, so I will discuss the most important things that you need to keep in mind for this project. And then are the pleats. I start with measuring my width and length. I keep the front and back part the same, and I added my measurements on the right on screen for you to check. For the pleats, I used a width measurement of how wide the top I want to be after the pleats. So for me, it's 36 centimeters, but because we're adding pleats, we need more fabric to this width. To calculate how much pleats you want for your top and how wide and stuff you want it to be, there's actually a calculator that can calculate for you how much fabric you will need for the width, so you don't have to do all the math and stuff. Other than that, I have two options for you for the color. In the first version, I didn't add any armholes, which made the color area a little bit too wide, but then I added a hand stitch in the middle to cinch it, so you will get like a extra pleated look. If you like that style, you can skip adding armholes. But if you want the style of the second top with the color more flat, then you can add armholes, which I am gonna demonstrate in this version. And I basically just cut off 1 centimeters from the bust area all the way up to the collar. So yeah, you can choose which version you would like to remake. So when you're done collecting all your measurements that I wrote on screen, it's time to get crafty. Now that we've done 70% of our homework already, I start out by cutting 2 rectangles using my pattern to trace it out, and make sure to add about 1 to 2 centimeters of seam allowance if you haven't yet. After that, go ahead and iron your fabric flat so there will be no wrinkles left. Now we're gonna clean up the edges. I am folding the hems inwards. You can double fold if you want a neater inner layer. For the corners, I cut out a triangle so it's less layered fabric when I'm sewing it. Moving on to the pleats, I take my pattern where my pleats are at. However, you can also start folding and measuring your pleat distance if you don't want to mark on your fabric. And then go ahead and steam the pleats flat. Now that the pleats are visible, you want to sew a straight stitch about 1 centimeter from the fold to secure the pleat. And then it would look something like this. Now that the pleats are secured, it needs another round of steam or iron. I ironed everything to one side, making sure it's flattened well. Now I am adding my darts. I first made a 90-degree corner and took half of it to find the 45-degree angle. Then I cut about 9 centimeters deep through the half of the 45-degree angle, and I added a straight stitch of about 1 to 2 centimeters away from the cut on both sides. I'm still quite new to adding darts, so I actually tried to mimic the darts on the original top. If your breast area is bigger, then you probably need to sew a few more centimeters away from this cut in order to make it fit to your body. For the collar and armhole, I marked about 12 centimeters down the middle of the rectangle and cut a half moon shape. You can also fold the rectangle double to cut more precisely, and for the armholes, I cut about 1 to 2 centimeters away from the corner, down angled to the dart area. I could have done this earlier, but if you're watching this before making it, I think it's better to do it beforehand so you don't have to do the hemming again. If you have smaller shoulders, you might want to cut a bigger portion at the top down to the dart. For the back collar, I did about 3 centimeters. I added a zigzag stitch on the cut and folded the fabric inwards, ironed it off camera, and added a straight stitch to secure the hems. Moving on to step 8, place the top and back rectangle on top of each other, facing both wrong sides together, and add a straight horizontal stitch to the corners. I cut off the remaining fabric, and I also added a zigzag stitch on top to prevent from shredding. Step 9, we're almost done. I cut out small rectangles for the strings, folded each side inward like here, and then folded it again so nothing sticks out. And then a straight stitch from beginning to end to secure the string. And for the top and bottom, I added a zigzag stitch to prevent from shredding again. Step 10, the last step is to attach the strings to the top, and then you're basically done. For the finishing touches, try it on, see where you can make some small adjustments to make it fit more flattering, and that's basically all I did. So here are the final results and my thoughts. The denim one was my first try. I didn't cut any armholes, as you can see, which made the collar area a little too wide, so I added a hand stitch in the middle for extra pleat. While the white one is my second try, I did add less pleats, but I do like the 5 pleats better on the denim one, so I would suggest to stay with at least 5 pleats for this top. But that's a personal preference, of course. I also think the denim is a prettier fabric choice than the white linen one, but they both came out quite well from my expectation. Now that the base is there, you can experiment with different kinds of fabric for the top and tweaking it each time to get the perfect fit for you. I'm curious if you would wear this and if you would remake this top or even another top in your closet. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to hear from you, and also let me know some suggestions what you would like to see next. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!